What is going on, everybody? We're back with another CCW review. I am Nick.
I'm Joe.
And don't you go anywhere. Don't you do it. Don't touch that button. Stick around. Hang out. Subscribe. Follow. Whatever it is you want to do it.
Comment, like.
Say the things that you need to. We're here to talk about Collision for May 2nd, 2026. I think
Yes.
it's the 2nd. Yeah, it's not past midnight yet.
Nope. Recording on the same day of the show.
Yeah. Well, we'll be done after midnight, but
And depends on how much you have to talk about this very collision.
I would say it's almost a not collision. Almost the exact opposite of what a normal collision is. We only got one squash match.
You got to remember they had those two collision segments on Dynamite.
That is true. They only had one squash match tonight, as opposed to the normal 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And still managed to fit 7 fucking matches on the show. So.
Well, yeah, because it's mostly wrestling and not advertisements.
Very true. Speaking of which, starting out the gate, match 1, Death Riders, consisting of Pac, Mox, and Claudio. And the Dogs, Clark Connors and David Finlay versus the Rascals, Desmond Xavier, Myron Reed, and Zachary Wentz. And Top Flight with Dante Martin and Darius Martin.
Yes. This was a very flippy, chaotic opener.
It was chaotic. Now, I liked the match as a whole, but I wasn't in love with it, mostly because it was honestly just a lot of shit that we've already seen everyone do for the last 3 to 4 weeks with each other, because they've been fighting each other.
It was kind of long too.
Yeah. To start the match, though, Top Flight and the Rascals all dive out on the heels as they were finishing up their entrances. There was this one spot where Mox came in and clotheslined the shit out of Darius Martin. He wasn't even the man that was supposed to be in the ring yet. He just wanted to come in and lay someone out. It was pretty fun.
Mox doing Mox things.
Yeah. Per the norm, Marina Shafir gets involved. This won't be the only time this happens tonight.
Not at all. Not at all.
To be a little bit different, and I actually liked it, instead of everyone taking turns doing moves to each other inside the ring, everyone took turns doing moves to each other outside the ring. And this is where we got Joe's favorite thing, Clark Connors doing a pounce to somebody.
Yeah, it was lame.
But the good news is at least he sent him over the fucking announce table. That was fun. The Rascals had a moment where they dove out to a couple of the people on the outside of the ring. They managed to push the announce table like 10 feet. Minor exaggeration, but I was worried for Shivani.
He stayed in his seat, thankfully.
He did. After a series of so they did the little rodeo thing that the Death Riders usually do. I did like the way this was ended as far as that goes. They only did one round, and then Mox ran up and grabbed Darius Martin and tossed him into the middle of the ring, so that Pat could do his stupid clothesline move that he does. And then
his bounce several times off the ropes and clothesline him.
Yeah. And then he hit the Brutalizer for the win. Darius tapped out or gave up, or I don't know if he can tap when he's in the Brutalizer.
Yeah, he could not tap, but he was shaking his head like, "Yep, I submit."
Decent match. It was a match that you expect from these people pretty much having the exact same match last week.
Well, almost the exact same people, but yep, pretty much.
My favorite moment of the night, Jack Perry vignette. This thing had me rolling.
It was fine until the very end.
Jack's on his short bus with Luchasaurus. His belt was strapped in with a seat belt, which had me laughing.
I laughed at that as well.
He also had the pictures of people he's beaten in other seats, so that was pretty cool. He was like, "We're not stopping for anyone," and then it cuts to them pissing on the outside of the bus.
Yeah,
it's like
on the side of the road. Yeah,
well, maybe they're.
And Luchasaurus kept looking over at Jack, and then like scooted away and was like turning his back to Jack.
Stop looking at my.
Because they were literally standing side by side. It was weird.
Jack Perry looks into the camera on the bus, says, "I'm the national champion. If you don't like that, fuck you." And the camera guy goes, I don't think you're allowed to say that
on television.
And the bus stops, and the camera guy gets thrown off the bus. Dude,
It was the
Loved.
most personality Jack Perry has ever displayed in his entire life.
Probably. I loved it. And it led to my match of the night, actually. National championship match.
My match of the night as well.
Listen, I was actually quite surprised at a lot of the stuff Jack Perry was doing. The match started slow.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't care for the destroyer on the guardrail.
which is my first actual match note. But yeah.
Um, but the Poison Rana was perfect. The Hurricane Rana off the apron to the floor was perfect.
Dorada did
He,
this move where he had Perry up in an electric chair, and then he grabbed his
oh
arms,
yeah,
flipped him over himself, but then turned it into a neck breaker.
yeah, it was dope.
I was like, that should be his fucking finisher.
Well, he probably can't do that to everybody.
People got 2 or 3 finishers. It's fine. You have the finishers you can do to people that you can, and then you have the finishers for the people that you can't do it to.
Right?
Dorada ends up going for a shooting star. Jack gets his knees up. Jack Perry ends up hitting the hurt. Listen, he hit this Hurricane Karana off the top and managed to keep it locked in to roll it up into a pin. And I was like, that was actually really fucking dope.
Yep.
And that's how it ended. Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. And it probably has more to do with Mascara than Jack, but Jack was doing everything he needed to. Like, he looked good.
Yeah, Dorada made him look really good. But Jack, he bumped well for Jack, and Jack's movement, the Poison Rana thing, dude, he snapped him so quick. You know how most people just land on their knees and the guy just kind of flips over them?
Right.
No, there was air between Jack and that dude when he flipped him over. It was perfect.
Yeah. It was just honestly a really good match. And it was just, like I said, it was cool seeing Jack Perry actually wrestle more of a lucha style than his normal whatever it is you would consider it. He was trying to do his best to keep up pace and stay matched with Dorada as much as he could.
Yeah.
Backstage after Dynamite, I guess. Sheeta and Stat are talking. Stat was about to murder that woman.
Could have. It would have been entertaining.
Blamed her for ruining the history that she had a chance to make. She was like, I'll make it up for you. And I was like, well, that was an interesting turn of events, and then they ruin it for me later. We'll get to that, though.
They really do ruin it, though.
The conglomeration, who were just advertised as just having a match tonight, and they're just having a match, happened to be against MXM Collection and Johnny TV. And I was like, well, this is a treat.
Right? It was much to do about nothing, but at least it was some people who were actually people and not just enhancement and talent.
There were some great moments in this match, though. So, starting off the match, I love both members of MXM. So it was Kyle O'Reilly started off on the conglomeration, and then if I remember correctly, it was Mansoor started off on the other side. And Kyle,
you are correct.
Kyle kicked the thigh of Mansoor, and he goes, "Ow!" And he walked over and tags in Mason. Mason gets in the ring. Kyle kicks him in the thigh. Mason goes, "Ow!" And then he goes over and tags in Johnny TV. And, oh, dude, I was like, that is fantastic. Another funny moment was OC posing with MXM, and they didn't realize it was him. They thought it was Johnny TV at first.
Yeah, they did their little spot where they pose in the middle of the ring and the camera kind of pans out and pans back in. And Orange came underneath Mason's arm and then put his arm around him and did his little thumbs up in between them.
We got a Starship Pain, which was nice to see. We don't ever really get to
for
see
a 2 count.
There's my favorite spot of this whole match, though. So OC's on top of Roddy's shoulders. And he goes for a choke slam on Mason, and Mason looks at him like, "What the fuck are you doing?
You're crazy, bro. Not happening."
He smacks his hand away, but he gets taken out. I believe Roddy kicked him, or Kyle came in and kicked him, or something. I don't remember what got him out of the ring. But then they turn around, and Mansoor's on top of the turnbuckle. So they walk up to him, and OC grabs him by the throat and choke pushes, because you're not going to slam anybody, but pushes him off of the turnbuckle. Mason catches him
Mason
on the floor.
Yep.
Fun little spot there. OC gets the win with the rope elbow drop. And, yeah, it was a fun little... It wasn't really a squash match because MXM got a little bit of offense, but it was fun.
It was what it's what that match needed to be.
Yep. Post match, Ciampa comes out, stares at them, smiles, waves, and that was kind of pointless.
This just to remind everybody of the Double Jeopardy match on Dynamite this coming week.
Yep. Quick shout out to Rebel. So she's been diagnosed with terminal ALS. She had put out a video on, I believe it was Twitter, most socials.
Instagram.
It could have been several different socials. I seen it on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. Well, that's where the original post was that I saw, anyways.
I don't even know who she is. I don't think I've ever even seen her wrestle, but that doesn't matter. This is never something you want to hear about anybody. Thoughts go out to her family, as they learn to navigate whatever it is that comes next.
Yeah, Rebel's been around for a long time. She's I
know she's been a long time.
She was mostly, person, but yeah, she's mostly like a manager / wrestler there. She was with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter when they were a group.
But
yeah,
it's a bummer.
Not good.
Match 4.
Man, you had to yawn.
AEW TBS Championship match. Willow Nightingale versus Anna Jay. And listen, I'm gonna be honest.
Stinker of the night.
This isn't my stinker of the night. I don't even think it was really that bad. It wasn't great.
Well, you're right. I might save the stinker of the night for the last match, which was very sloppy.
My problem with this match wasn't even the wrestling. I mean, per a normal Anna Jay match, though, it was kind of slow. She's not a very quick wrestler. With that being said, if there was one thing I wish Anna Jay would do, just one thing, it would be develop any kind of personality that isn't whatever it is she's doing right now. Because, like, she's just another lady on the roster. That's it. That's her personality. She's just another lady on the roster.
Hey, man, that's Jungle Jack Perry's girlfriend.
I don't give a fuck. He currently has more personality. Well,
that's the thing. They both have just wet blanket personalities. They're just kind of mid, just kind of like, meh.
But there's literally nothing she's ever done that I've been like, oh, that's fun. Nothing.
Hey, man, she was wearing red. What more do you want from her?
I don't know. Go psycho. Be the one that actually ended up taking Toni Storm out backstage. Something.
That would be
weird.
That would not be great.
It'd be better than what she's doing now, which is just coming on TV to lose and probably not get re-signed. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I did like early in the match, Willow yelled at her. She's like, "Show me your fire."
Right.
Anna tried. It did not help. Willow wins with her Babe with the Powerbomb move. She's now 4-0 against 4 people trying to make comebacks against her. I still think this is leading up to a Britt Baker return. I feel like the writing's on the wall for that. Because I can't think of any other woman that would like make a return that would be super special.
Mercedes has been out for a while.
Yeah, but I don't think Mercedes is going to come back to get put back in the TBS title picture. I think you're more likely...
Depends on what the plans are for the world title.
I mean, true. You're very, very right. It would 100% depend on what their plans are for the world title. But if you're bringing her back specifically just to go back for the TBS title, then what was the point of her losing it in the first place?
I agree. Plus, they have a real need in the main event women's situation. Because Tekla doesn't really have anybody to fight, really. And they've been putting just kind of...
They've been putting mid-carders up against her.
Yeah, I didn't want to say mid-carders because I hate her and stuff. But yeah, pretty much mid-carders have been fighting for the world belt for a while. Honestly, Willow's opponents have been better. Well, other than Stat. I guess she beat a good one, but they need some help with their main event scene.
Athena.
I was thinking it. If only they'd call up the girl in ROH who's just been tearing it up down there for, several years now.
And they're about the same height. It'd be a lot of fun.
Athena, they're both crazy too.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a banger, but what do I know?
Backstage, this is where things go south for a little bit. Um, well, no, it actually starts with that women's match. And then this. Sheeta and Stat are backstage with Mina and Harley Cameron, and we come to find out that the way Sheeta's going to make it up to Stat is they're going to have another tag match, and this time it's going to be against Mina Shirakawa and Harley Cameron. And I'm just like, what are we doing? What? And then all of a sudden, I think Harley says something that pisses off Stat, or maybe actually I think it was Mina. Mina had asked Stat if she was where she was when Tony got jumped backstage.
When Tony was, yeah. Harley was yelling at Sheeta. She's like, "Oh, well, now I'm on your level. Now I can be in a match with you." Da 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 da.
Like the whole thing was just like, what are we doing? I don't.
It made no one look better. It made no one look good. It just reminds you of the gaping hole that is Tony Storm not being there.
Like with this moment specifically, I feel like as soon as it starts to go somewhere and we get a really cool segment, we all of a sudden like the show started with the cool last week on Dynamite, I guess, segment, and then now we take a step back and we're just right back to it just not really mattering. I want to see it go somewhere, and I want to see it end because I don't like these four women in the current situation the four of them are in.
That's my thinking about this entire company right now.
Well, you tried to point out that other guy's stuff, and I vehemently disagree with the both of you. I think it's actually in a great place for the most part. But little things like this are what bothers me. Because I actually like Darby, and I think he's doing fine as a world champ.
I don't dislike Darby. I just don't understand where they're going. Maybe, it'll become a little more clear as we go.
He's just going to be a guy that's going to wrestle random people for the world title for a month until either Double or Nothing or a little bit longer after. And then he's going to lose the title probably back to MJF. At the very least, it at least means the championship's being defended on TV instead of just once a month on a pay-per-view.
Max was wrestling on TV.
Oh, he was wrestling. Sure. But he wasn't necessarily defending the title on TV.
The world champion's in action. That's all you can ask for.
I can
Not everybody just deserves a title shot.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. It's okay to be wrong.
It's okay to be wrong and just give out random title shots to everybody?
I mean, that would be the correct thing to do. Defend that title. Don't be a bitch.
No, don't be a bitch. I agree with that. But, not everybody is a worthwhile challenger. Like, look at Mox. Mox makes them go through an eliminator with him.
Yeah, no, that needs to stop. Eliminator matches as a whole need to be gone.
I knew that was going to get you. That's
Eliminator
fun.
matches are the worst invention in wrestling. Period.
But hey, if you beat me, you get a title shot for the title that I have that you've already beaten me in a match. So you could beat me for the title, right?
No, that usually is not how that works.
No, not at all. Usually the person who wins the eliminator won it kind of screwy and got their match that way.
That's also very true. Match 5, Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia versus the Bang Bang Gang. This was actually a pretty fun match, but it wasn't great. I have a hard time.
It was more the post match that was the
highlight.
Big part of this segment. Yeah.
I have a problem, and I always will have a problem with Daniel Garcia at this point. I like. There's even to an extent, I enjoy Yuta. I pretty much always have. Every now and again, I'm just like, yeah.
He's a heat he's a heat magnet.
He is.
He gets heat really easy.
But Garcia, there's just, in my eyes as a fan, there's no upside to him being on my TV. I don't find him interesting. I don't find him fun. I don't find his wrestling ability to be all that interesting. He's just basically the guy that forces himself into conversation
He's a goon. He's
Yeah,
just kind of a Death Rider goon.
yeah. He's he's one of those guys that used to come out with the ops. The just have the shirt on that come in and get beat up. He's not that bad.
He's
Uh,
not that bad, but
I don't like. I don't want him to get fired, but I would love for him to, like, I don't know, go to Ring of Honor where I'm not watching it. Go wrestle Nick
hey,
Wayne. I
he
don't.
he was in Ring of Honor for quite a while because he was the pure champion and shit.
I know. Um,
So maybe he can go back and do that.
this match, so Mox immediately goes on commentary, and initially I'm like, ah, fuck. But then Mox said one of the wildest fucking statements I have ever heard come out of this man's mouth. He's on commentary, and Mox goes, "Yeah, I've been pissed drunk with Robinson many times, and he's been in the ring, and I've been in the ring with him many times. I know him inside and out, if you know what I mean." And I went, "Huh?"
Yeah, he was trying to allude to their time in WWE, but it was very poorly done.
I was like, "All right, Ren." Um.
Uh,
So there's like 4 people in this world that'll get that joke. Anyways, I now have questions. So, Ace went for his handstand move. Yuta came from fucking nowhere and booted him off the apron in the middle of it. I thought that was pretty funny.
yep.
Mina gets involved. She's back. Juice goes out and taunts Mox. Garcia grabs him, and as Yuta goes to dive out to them, he pulls Garcia in front, and Yuta hits
Yep.
Garcia
Wipes out.
instead. And I think Yuta might have hit his head on the table in the process because he was bleeding right after. And listen, I don't
Yeah,
think
he
there was
was.
enough time for him to cut himself.
You don't think he bladed? You think he
I think that was natural
got open the hard way?
because he was like standing right back up and was already pretty bloody. Like that would have taken, I don't know. They could have, but I don't think he did. Death Riders end up hitting their fastball special move. Juice kicks out of the pin. Juice then shortly thereafter hits his front face lock DDT drop thing, whatever it is, and gets the win.
I was surprised that they got the win. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm not surprised they got the win. I'm surprised it was as clean as it was.
well, yeah, that's why I was surprised they won. I'm not saying I don't think they can't beat them, but I figured the shenanigans at ringside would be their undoing.
Right. Like Marina only really got involved once. And I thought she would have had more of a presence, I guess, but she didn't. They win clean, and then post-match, Juice taunts Mox again, doing the whole "I'm coming for that title" thing. And then the Death Riders jumping from behind, but then all of a sudden, the Bang Bang Gang's music plays. Austin and Colton both come out, and they come to the ring, and the crowd loses their fucking mind, and the Bang Bang Gang rush off, basically run off the Death Riders, and then Colton does his speech, and he's like, "If you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you: guns up." And they celebrate, and Marina was trying to get back to the ring to fight for some reason,
Yeah.
and Garcia
Mox is trying to
tackled.
block her.
Well, Garcia tackled her, and
And then as they're leaving, Mox is like she's going over the guardrail and keeps trying to get back, and Mox is just like, nope, nope, nope.
So that was all fun. Backstage segment, Divine Dominion basically says that everyone's beneath them. They ask if Lexi knows of anybody that could face them, and Lexi's like, "I'm not a part of this. Leave me alone."
Right? And Lexi looked tiny next to those 2 giant ass women.
Yeah, she did. And at that point, they're like, "You all should just stop trying. We can't be beaten." I'm curious to see who they're actually going to put them up against soon. I really hope it's not the Brawling Birds immediately, because I know the Birds are probably going to be who beats them for the tag titles. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Who the hell else is there?
That's a good question. Match 6. The best women's match on the card. Sky Blue versus Nikki XS.
Yeah, this is the one squash match of the night.
Sky.
Yeah, best women's match.
uh, well, at least Nikki knows how to get beat and doesn't look bad doing
No,
so.
it was fine. It did what it needed to do. Sky got the win in her home state.
Yep. Sky hit a draping, spinning neck breaker on Nikki from the apron to the outside. That was pretty cool. She ended up hitting her running knee, goes for the pin, but pulls Nikki up. She then locks in a dragon sleeper. A dragon. That's fantastic. It's the name of a band, by the way.
It's a dragon.
A fake band at that. It's not even a real band. She locks.
I just thought it was like a dragon and a kraken had a baby.
No. She locks in the dragon sleeper. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the band that did the theme song for Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Into the fire. But I'm pretty sure it's also a fake band. They just threw some people together and made some music for the movie. It might be Dokken. I think that's what their name was, Dokken. Anyways, doesn't matter. She puts her in a dragon sleeper, which she apparently calls the descent into madness, and Nikki tapped out. Normal collision squash match. And then my stinker of the night, match 7, AEW TNT Championship match, Kevin Knight versus Hook, where the only cool thing that happened in this entire match was Hook doing an exploder suplex to fucking Kevin Knight into the crowd, onto some AEW plants, and then
the only other thing he did that was noteworthy was he almost killed Kevin Knight by dropping him on his head.
I didn't even see that.
Well, Kevin Knight put his hands down and hands sprung away from it. It was towards the end of the match when he tried to do another overhead throw, and he didn't get Knight over enough, and Knight had to put his hands down and kind of flip out of it.
Right. Knight wins this mostly boring match with a UFO splash. Now, here is my thing about Hook. I think Hook needs to change up his offense because he's
a little guy and he's not a power wrestler. Why is he doing powerful throws?
He tries to wrestle like his dad, and he's not as big as his dad.
No, he's a foot taller and still somehow smaller.
I don't. Everybody
Hook
was
is the Dominic Mysterio of this thing, but at least Dom can get heat.
Yeah, don't ruin Dom's name like that.
Oh, hey, we found somebody you like
less than Dom.
Less than Dom. Nice.
I have been a Hook. Listen, there are layers to this shit. All right, like the only male wrestling wise, the only person I might dislike more than the two of them is probably Ricky Saints.
Yeah. I could. Oh man, he just debuted on SmackDown. I saw his his debut.
Every time he does the stupid thing where he fucking looks into his hand, I want to punch him in his fucking face, dude. I'm like, that is the worst fucking taunt in the history of wrestling taunts. Like, I would rather watch Shawn Michaels fake blow someone in an aisleway to make fun of somebody than to sit there and watch fucking Ricky Saints fucking look into his hand like he's some stylish fucking... He's a dweeb, dude. He's a fucking dweeb who is the most average fucking wrestler on any roster he's ever a part of, and people are like, oh, he's the future. He's 38. He ain't shit. Oh,
he's Cody's friend.
God, I don't care. He could be Vince McMahon's lover. I don't care.
Just saying. That's why he keeps getting put in the places he keeps getting put in.
I dislike him so much as a wrestler. As a person, I'm sure he's fine. I don't know. But as a wrestler, he drives me fucking batshit. He is a step above fucking fucking Nia Jax as a whole, okay? A step above. Because at least he doesn't hurt people.
He's the male Nia Jax to you?
Oh, dude, I dislike him so much. He's so boring to me. And he can't talk on the mic, dude. He cannot talk on the mic. Him and Edge had the worst back and forth in the history of wrestling, dude. And it's because of both of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
that was some early collision.
Oh. Anyways,
yeah. Not a big Ricky Saints fan either. He's got go away heat with you. Good man.
Yeah, he does. Fuck that guy, dude. And there's somebody somewhere that is their fucking favorite wrestler, and you know what? Your opinion sucks.
Yeah. Try again. Can I introduce you to some previous eras so you can like reevaluate your stance there?
You know who actually put on a really good backstage promo for WWE Friday?
Oh, on SmackDown? Oh, you watched some SmackDown clips, did you?
I did.
Who's that?
Trick Williams, dude.
Yeah.
I really like Trick.
Yeah. Trick is good. Trick's good. Trick was good in NXT.
I never want to see him walk down a WrestleMania ramp again in my life, but I don't mind watching the man wrestle.
I doubt you're going to get that wish. Although at the rate they're cutting people, who knows?
Speaking of which, that's our next conversation because Collision's over. So today, they, as of technically no, yesterday, as of while we're recording this, excuse me, WWE released 4 more people that we know of.
Well, I think at least 2 of them just won it out.
Yeah. So, the 2 that were just legit released were Tongaloa, thank goodness, and now thank goodness as far as I just don't want to see him on TV. Like obviously, I hate people losing their jobs. I don't wish that on anybody. Right. But he was not very good in my opinion. And then Jeff Cobb, who was criminally underused and underutilized.
Criminally. He was just, we talk about somebody being a goon.
He is literally the best wrestler on the MFTs, and they rarely used him.
By a long, long stretch, he was the best worker there.
But them 2 were legit just let go. And then, in a very big surprise, the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and WWE agreed to split. And as I was reading, it's because apparently, so they had signed new deals last year, but TKO is
restructuring.
TKO is in the process of restructuring everyone's deals into a TKO deal. And that was where New Day was like, no, we don't want that. Like we don't want the deal that you're offering. So they had an amicable split, and apparently they're on a 90-day. Like I thought they were going to be like have to wait until their full contract like would have been up from the one that they had already. But no, they're apparently just going to be on a 90-day. And this brings an interesting shift into some possible fucking scenarios, right?
I don't want them in AEW.
I do, because
I don't.
I've been wanting to see
them. Motor City Machine Guns.
I've been wanting to see them and the Bucks wrestle for a very long time. With that being said, I want them to also sign the Motor City Machine Guns. AEW's going to fuck around and have a banger-ass tag division because they've got FTR, they've got Cope and Christian, they just got the Bang Bang Gang back. They could have MCMG, they could have
Hurt Syndicate,
whatever the New Day is if they decide to sign. They could have, dude, they've got the Rascals, which are at least 2 different tag teams depending on who's teaming with who. 3 technically.
3 because there's 3 people. It could be, yeah.
They've got options to have a banger ass tag division, and honestly, their tag stuff has been really good lately. They've got the Dogs currently as well that could be a tag. They've got 15 different combinations between the Don Callis family and the fucking Death Riders. Like there's a lot they can do there, and it's exciting.
There's a lot they could do anyways because with all the people you just named,
and there's a good chance we're about to get. Not about to, but we're obviously closer than we were to getting Jake something back, so him and Doyle can go, or so Doyle, he's Jake O'Doyle, so that we can get Doyle and Davis back together to just run rampant through people. Like I am excited for the tag division.
What if Mark Davis doesn't win the national championship next Saturday at whatever that stupid event's called, Fairway to Hell or whatever?
I actually don't think he's going to.
I don't either. Why would you take the belt off of Jack Perry this early?
but I wouldn't mind if he did. But even if he does,
I wouldn't either.
I could see him losing it because when I say Doyle's not close to coming back. I mean, he tore a pec, so he's probably still got a couple more months. But if you wanted to give Davis a 1 to 2 month run as national champ, I wouldn't mind.
Nope. He's a good wrestler.
He is. But boy, when Doyle comes back, I just want to see them dominate people, dude.
That's if they put him back in a tag team. Who knows what Tony decides to do at that point.
And dude, they like just so many like, and then we even got people that are in Ring of Honor, right? That they could be utilizing more. Mansoor and Mason, I think, should be tagging a little bit more on the main roster. I don't necessarily need them there every single week, but I think like once every month and a half should be reasonable.
Even if they're just putting other teams over.
Yeah. You've got the Bang Bang Gang. You got Ace Austin and Juice. You've got obviously the Guns. I just there's so much tag wise, and that's my favorite style of wrestling. It always has been. I've always loved tag wrestling. I also love it a lot more when it's tornado. So if we could make that just the normal rule, I would be more happy. But
right.
But no.
I mean, AEW is pretty much. I mean, it's not like the referees are enforcing any rules or anything.
Right. And here's the thing. What I think New Day would bring to AEW is the veteran backstage presence. I don't want them to come in and just dominate and hold tag titles for years. Things like that. Like, one, I would like to see Xavier get more of a singles push in something as well. Because I always feel like his career has just been aiding everyone else around him. And that kind of bothers me. Because I've always thought Xavier was the better wrestler of the three of them.
Ooh, I like Austin Creed, which is what I assume he's going to be going by now.
Probably.
I'm not against any of that, although I don't think any of that's going to happen.
No, I don't think it will either. I do think he'll end up in AEW. Or they will. I don't know necessarily what they will do long term with them. I can honestly just see them wrestling again, at least having a banger match or two with the Bucks, because that's something all four of them have wanted for a long time, and it just hasn't been able to be happened because they're in different companies.
Dude, they haven't worked that style
in so long.
In a long time.
Yeah.
And they were much younger the last time they had to work like an indie style. So
now
it'll be interesting to see how they adapt and what their style looks like now that they're not using the WWE style, which is which everybody wrestles the same at there.
Right. I am also very excited for Motor City Machine Guns though, because I wanted them in AEW to fucking begin with. Like,
I did too. I don't understand picking the WWE. I'm guessing the money was good and they hadn't been there, so I guess they always figured they could always just go to AEW, I guess.
Right.
Because they are friendly with the Bucks, I believe.
Oh yeah, they are. But so was Punk at one point.
Yeah. It's funny how things change.
Right. With that being said, it does suck that people lost their jobs.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody lands on their feet.
Hopefully people, stop getting let go. I feel like they've done enough this year.
Who knows, dude? They still have so many people on that roster that they don't use.
Right. But all right, guys, that is going to do it. We will be back Monday night with Raw. Dynamite is a 3-hour show. And then Collision is a 1-hour show. And then...
Well, it's not even Collision.
Yeah, it's Fairway at the whatever.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Weird.
But regardless, we're going to review it as a Collision because that's what we do. And yeah. So we'll see you guys next week for Raw. Deuces.
Later.